New Zealand often accuses Australia of claiming Kiwi things as their own. Ken Austin had an Aussie birth certificate, but the New Zealand Racing Hall of Fame is where he belongs. Austin was a supreme horseman, his list of achievements extensive. He was an amateur rider, a polo player, auctioneer, bloodstock agent, thoroughbred breeder, and an owner who did his own vet work. Kenneth Teasdale Austin was born in Sydney in 1882, the youngest son of Henry Austin, a wealthy wool merchant. A talented sketcher, the young Austin had to forego his art lessons to find work as a jackaroo on a remote sheep station in New South Wales when the Depression hit. Austin's passion for riding flourished in the bush. He learned to break in horses, rode track work, played polo, and earned an amateur jockey licence which he held for more than 25 years as a leading rider. Austin was one of the first amateurs to adopt the crouch seat. His horse skills saw Austin take the Prince of Wales and Lord Mountbatten for a ride at Randwick during their 1920 visit. Austin made sure to finish second behind the future King Edward VIII. The connection to New Zealand grew through his work as a bloodstock agent and auctioneer with Sydney's H. Chisolm Company. Austin crossed the Tasman every year for the Trentham yearling sales. He was involved in the sales of Hall of Fame legends Gloaming and Phar Lap. Austin loved New Zealand, and he was asked to manage one of the first studs, Elderslie, in Oamaru. That's where he arranged a lease to stand Phar Lap's sire, Knight Raid. The links to Phar Lap continued when Austin eventually secured his own property, Inglewood Stud in Canterbury. Austin bought Raffis, the barren full sister of Phar Lap, as a foundation mare. The man of many talents produced a foal from the previously infertile mare. Her best progeny was Count Serrano, who won the 1949 Metropolitan Handicap.
It's a three-horse race. Ben Bolo's beaten and Count Serrano's coming away to win. Sir Falcon's finishing like a shot out of a gun to run a great second. The favourites won the Metropolitan, and it's the only slight jar in a perfectly pleasant weekend for the books.
Count Serrano was hot favourite to win the Melbourne Cup before he died tragically in a track accident 3 days before the race. Raffis had more Group 1 winners. She was dammed to Monte Carlo, who won the St Leger, Metropolitan, McKinnon and both Derbies in 1956.
Thompson's getting every ounce out of the son of Lucky Bag, and Monte Carlo comes to the line full of running to win the Blue Ribbon well. It's Monte Carlo first, Burnfield second, Harnham Hill third.
The Melbourne Cup eluded Austin when Monte Carlo finished second in 1958, but Austin enjoyed great success as he bred and owned most of his winners. The Australian ties remained strong for Austin. He was great mates with Frank Dalton, and many racehorses were sent across the Tasman to the legendary trainer for the big races. Austin also had a talent for stallion selection. The future Hall of Famer Defaulter often topped the New Zealand bred sire lists, and Inglewood in turn would head the breeders' list. Bobalong, a daughter of Raffis, was broodmare of the year in 1957, and the stallion Lucky Bag was also an Austin favourite. Austin recognised the growing industry needed a structure. He was the founding father and first president of the New Zealand Thoroughbred Breeders Association in 1948 and became a life member. Austin rode his stallions to keep him fit, and it was shortly after one of those rides in 1959 that he died at the age of 78. Austin positively influenced racing and breeding in his adopted country on a massive scale. His legacy continues through his descendants, Nick and Gus Wigley. They keep Austin's heritage intact through Inglewood Stud.